Well, you can understand why mum and dad investors are staying away from rental properties as an investment.
Exactly.
The state taxes on the properties, the stamp duties, and all these new conditions that really are in the favour of the tenants. So that's not good news for tenants either, because it's just going to see rents skyrocket further.
Trying to be nice, too nice to tenants, putting it bluntly, ends up being cruel to them, because if you try and impose a regulatory red tape on top of the reality of the housing market, the rental market, all you do, as you say, Rita, is to dry up the supply of rental properties, and that's the worst possible outcome for would-be tenants, because A, they can't get properties, and B, if they do get them, they're going to have to pay high rentals.
Now, what would you like to see from Peter Dutton? We're just a couple of minutes from hearing from him, his budget reply. What would you like to hear there?
You've got to have some sympathy for the position he finds himself in, Rita, because he's talking into the void. We've been flooded with budget commentary since Tuesday night, and B, he can't actually deliver anything. He can only criticise. The guys that actually hand out the money, we've already heard from, all he can say is stand on the sidelines and throw barbs at it, and I don't know that people want to hear that, frankly.
Well, yeah, politically, what's the smartest thing for him to do? Is it to just not be too negative with the Albanese budget and let it pretty much go through, or is there some advantage in him challenging some of the bolder features of the budget?
No, I think it makes sense for him to be attacked, but make those attacks focused and sensible, but also less on the specifics of the budget, but on the big picture things we've been talking about. All those migrants flooding into the country. How are we going to deal with that? What is that going to do to wages? What is that going to do to job opportunities for people that are already here? It's those big issues where he really should challenge what the government is doing, rather than trying to nitpick on some of the specifics in the budget.
And you would suggest it'd be on solid ground challenging the government's 900,000 new migrants in 2 years. I mean, I don't think that is something that is enormously popular with Liberal or Labor voters.
Well, just as we really don't know, Rita, what those budget numbers are going to turn out, we don't really know how many migrants are going to come in total, because it's such a it's like three packages of migrants. It's full temporary migrants, it's work visas, it's students, and so on. And I think the average Australian has a sense it's right out of control.
Terry McCrann, thank you so much for joining me.